Hello guys and welcome back. Sorry it's been so long posting to YouTube. Right, sorry about the state of the bench as well. What I'm going to want to show you today is basically some material that I use for referencing, and as you can probably see, they are old. I don't know if any of you remember these from way back when, probably the 1980s, early 90s. The good old Partwork collection of Warplane. I use these purely because obviously I enjoy aircraft, and not only that, these give you some great ideas on colour schemes, camouflage schemes, what air forces use what airplanes, for example the MiGs, Russia, China and so forth. The Tornado was Germany, Italy and us. And again, the good old fold outs that gives you where some of the markings are, obviously, like the nose step, the roundels, the serial numbers, obviously the squadrons, and it also explains about the aircraft, the power plants, the brakes, the ECM pods and so on and so forth. So this is pretty much what I use. Again, all the squadrons that we use, like the Dam Busters, obviously 617 Squadron, 14 Squadron, 17 Squadron and so forth, Harriers and so on. So I use these, as I say, purely for ideas, the colour schemes, what air forces, navies use what aircraft and so on. So we're going to like the Nimrods, obviously one of my favourites besides the Tornado, with the F4 Phantoms. Again, the fold outs, the squadrons. These went on obviously from the first binder up to the 10th binder, and they were pretty good, and I still use them. I do have other boxes, obviously, because I've got other kits that require the information from that, and also the colour schemes. For argument's sake, I got some new kits, obviously from Airfix, and again, whoops, upside down, the good old HU5, HAS1, HAS5, HU5 Western Sea King, which again, if you remember all those, they were flying over the country for a long while in the good old bright yellow, or the red and grey, or the red and blue Air Sea Rescue, which is the colour scheme I'm going to go for. I will get another one of these kits and go for the RAF yellow, and I'll do more review on that as and when. I've also got the 1/24 scale kit from the brand new Spitfire from Airfix, and again the Avro Vulcan B2, and also the Vickers Handy Page Vickers. You can get the Handy Page Valiant, if it was Handy Page, I could be wrong. So I'll be doing a review of them in due course. And also to show you quickly, I have a vast array of kits that I need to go through and get completed. Again, from the 2-seat 105 Mosquitoes, the F-16I Sufas, but mostly, sorry about all this, the camera is a bit skew with. These were the references that I showed you, and also I saw these on Flory's models from, I forget now what manufacturer these were now. Oh yeah, the DSPIA. Again, these little rulers with a needle so that you can measure. Get the needle in. So that you can measure where you want to be, so you can score your panel lines back in and so on. I would also say, and I could be wrong and people probably would correct me, is that if you want to put the rivets back in, that would be pretty good for that, in my opinion. So I need to get some new glasses. I have missed my optician's appointment, so. And I also brought myself a set of, I have got my pillar drill there, these diamond burrs, so that you can use to burr out and smooth out the holes in various kits of different sizes, different formats, as I saw on Nigel's Modelling Bench. And I watch these channels, Nigel's Modelling Bench, Plastic Monkey, Flory Models, to name, and the Model Shed, to name but a few, because they are good modelers and you get a lot of information from them as well. And for me, being disabled, 47, coming back to the hobby after so many years, besides all the tools I've got and also the equipment, paints, glues, kits, etc., it's nice to watch other people and get more information from them and how they do it, how they get rid of the seams, the ghost seams. Someone like using Mr. Surfacer 500, 1500, whatever. But again, this was purely simply for me to come back after such long, due to ill health and what have you, and other issues, because my channel wasn't very good. I'd like to get some more followers and get some more input. I have had nice input from, again, Plastic Monkey, Nigel's Modelling Shed, to name but a few. But this was purely, again, was for the information that you can get from these old part works, if you've got them. Some of you may, some of you might not. To see if you're building like Hercules, different air forces again. I keep going back to different air forces, different colour schemes, different specs, models, the Mark 1, Mark 2 for argument's sake, up to the Mark, for example the Spitfire, the Mark 24, which had a bubble canopy rather than the old fashioned canopy, the Typhoon, the Hurricane. I mean, I've got the EF 2000B 2-seater Typhoon to build. I'll be building that in the British squadron rather than the Italian, German or whatever. I predominantly build American or British aircraft or ships and submarines rather than German or whatever. But this, if you can get hold of yourself a copy of these from Amazon, well I wouldn't say Amazon but eBay, then I would say they're an invaluable tool. You could also buy on eBay or even in the Works, if the Works is still going, various different books like on the V bombers, the Victors, the Valiants, the Vulcans. Tells you more information about them, the stories. I've also got books that tell you about the Air Forces, American Air Forces and colour schemes here in Britain, present day, at France, at Lakenheath, Mildenhall, and during the World War, from the B-17s, the B-24s and their fighter squadrons. When I do start to build the 124 Airfix Spitfire, I'll be doing that in the colour scheme of the squadron that was in Devon, which comes on the roundels. I will do a review on that later on. And I think that's it really. I hope you find this as useful as I do, and I hope you enjoy my videos as much as you probably enjoy other people's and I enjoy other people's. I mean, I'm not very good at this YouTubing. I'm still learning. Again, like Plastic Monkey, I don't edit because what you see is what you get. There's no point editing something when to hide your mistakes, when you've got to learn from your mistakes, learn from your little errors, and if you can, fix them. If not, work out how you can make it better, how you can make it work with the kit that you're building, be it a tank, car, submarine, ship, aircraft, whatever. Because if you're new to the model, which I hope some of you are, maybe you're like myself, returning after a long break, you're buying all the equipment such as pillar drill, your air vent, spray booth, your spray guns and so on. Source material, information and referencing I think is important, because there's no point building a kit then just slapping on paint and decals and not really understanding where they come from, what squadron they're with and so forth, what era they're from. So I can't emphasize enough, really, source material and referencing is important. So you can get a copy of hold of a set of these or any reference books to go by, then I would say you're onto a winner. You can buy books from Haynes for referencing and guides on building. I mean, going on to the next one, Airfix produced a book for their new 124 Spitfire, step by step, how to build it, what the parts are, the squadrons obviously, where are we? That's the colour scheme I would be going for, the ML214, RF Harrowbeard Devon, as flown by Squadron Leader Johnny Plagueis. So I'll be doing that again, all the different bits and so on. How to paint your propeller, build the Merlin engine and so forth. There is so much out there in terms of sources and referencing, airbrushing for modelers, again, how to get started, modelling tool, your painting. There's so much information out there on what you can do, what equipment you can use, such as floor care. I mean, I use Pledge, oh, it's not called Pledge is it anymore, it's called, I forget what it's called now, for your gloss coating and protecting. I also use hairspray, as I learnt from other people, for your chipping. Again, you got your Haynes manual for modelers. Again, very self-explanatory, how to build, how to paint, what things you can use, like oil paints, brushes, putties, so on and so forth. The different kits, and basically how to get started and how to build basically. So it's a very good source for the beginners in terms of modelling, in terms of aircraft, tools, again, your airbrushes, your paints and much more. And there's other channels that use things like Sharpies as well to do your tints, how to tint for various canopies. So there's a lot to learn, a lot to do, and basically if you, like me, again return to the hobby, and you like to build things and you like to explore and take things that bit further, especially if you love aircraft and what have you, then you're going to enjoy the hobby as much as I do. I've started modelling from the age of 5. I gave it a break when I was working and got married, and then came back to it after my divorce. And my current partner is very patient with me, because she understands that this is my hobby, and also with my health issues and mental health issues, it helps me relax. Reading up on your aircraft, whether helicopters, aircraft, planes, whatever, is fascinating to say the least for me, and interesting. And then to build and have your representation of it on displays, such as your F-15, your Mosquito, whatever it is, it's there. Sorry, that's my dogs. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I will do a step-by-step build review at some point, and also my reviews. I've had some bits sent to me kindly by Red Fox, which I will do a review on. Obviously they're 3D decals, which I'll give you a quick look at. I haven't done any demonstrations with it, I haven't used them yet. For example, the 1/32 scale Israeli Air Force F-16I Sufa, which I mentioned earlier. I've got the 3D decals. I mean, these are lovely. to replace the kit ones. I mean, these are fantastic. I think Nigel on Nigel's modelling bench did a demonstration of them, how to put them on, and much more with them. Yeah, here we go. And again, I've got the F-15 Strike Eagle, the Supermarine Spitfire IXC for the 132nd, Tornadoes and Tornadoes. I've even got the A6 Intruders, which I shall be using on my build of the A6. Yep, the A6E Intruder or the Tram. So you got a choice there. I mean, Red Fox are very good. I mean, like Nigel, they have stopped answering emails and messages. I don't know why. They send you those if you want to review very kindly, and also some stickers, but they are quite pricey for them, but you pay for what you get. If you want quality, then you need to pay a bit more. But other than that, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.